Chasing a record breaker. We always want more out of life, always searching for bigger and better. A better job, a bigger house, a better body. It's hard to be content with where we're at, and fishing is the same. We are always chasing more. Every time I leave the house to fish, my goal is to catch as big of a fish as possible in the area that I'm at and to tell a story about it. 5 years ago, I caught the biggest redfish of my life. And with winter time approaching, it's the perfect time to try and chase down another record breaker. Alright, today's video is sponsored by us, in-house, Lost Son. So Christmas is coming up very soon. If you want to get that loved one perfect gift, go grab your wife, go grab your mom, go grab your dad, whoever. Tell them that you want a hat or you want a shirt. We have the Lost Son hat still available, and we have some of the shirts still available right here, the Founders Edition shirts. So come get some of these, and they basically are just going to fund the next drop, the next designs. And Chelsea, my wife, and I already have some designs cooking. So go pick up a gift. You get something cool and unique, and you help support the channel. So go grab one. Back to the video. So early. I feel like nauseous. We have a big day ahead of us here, man. It's 3:35 in the morning. We're going to drive about 2.5 to 3 hours and go catch some fish. I spend a lot of time alone. Long drives, full days of fishing by myself, and I've grown to really love it. It helps me get deep in my process of fishing and filming. Today is going to be different though. I'm taking one of my closest friends with me and hopefully helping him catch his first redfish while I look for a giant. Unfortunately, where I live, there isn't really a targetable population of redfish, so that means we needed to make a long drive to go find them. Gentlemen.
Good morning, sir. Nice to be back on the channel.
Mark, OG of the channel. What a morning.
What a morning.
Alright, I've already been awake for 3.5 hours now at this point, about a 2-hour and 45-minute drive later, and we are out on the water. Mark is with me, and if you've been watching my channel for a very, very long time, you may recognize Mark. Back when I was a whippersnapper, Mark and I, he would hop out on videos with me here and there. Like, I'm talking when I had 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. Mark and I have known each other since we were kids. Same as Jacob, who's in his own boat over there, who's gonna be out fishing as well. We've all known each other for a very, very long time. And we have some goals today, catch some giants, but Mark has never caught a redfish or a black drum. He's just not from an area that has them, I'm not either, but you gotta travel to find them, and we're just gonna have a good day. And that's it, man. Should we not count that as your first fish?
Probably not.
The micros.
That's the first fish I've caught in like a year. Welcome back.
He came to crush them. So it feels like the real deal now, huh? Yeah, Taylor, look at that. Son of a gun, there's a couple of them. See that? There's something magical about seeing your first Taylor redfish. Look at that guy. He's now like looking at you straight on. So try to just throw to the right of him a little bit still. Twitch it. He might not notice it, honestly. He's getting after it, whatever he's doing. Good cast. Just try to put it as close to him as you can. He was being particular. Like, you put it 2 feet in front of him and he wouldn't touch it. You put it, just give a big blind cast out there, just 12 o'clock as far as you can. I spent the majority of the morning pulling Mark across a flat, and we saw so many redfish and black drum.
Despite Mark making a ton of perfect casts, the fish were just not willing to eat lures at the moment, with it being super cold that morning and not a cloud in the sky.
Really slow and keep your line tight because they bite really subtly.
Finally, as the day began to heat up, it started to happen for us.
No, it's red. Yeah, little rodent red.
Oh, look at that tail, nice and blue.
I know, it gets super blue once it hits the water.
That's cool.
Beauty, first red.
First red.
Now we just need to catch a bigger one. A bit better than that. About the same size.
Yeah, number 2.
Got a parasite on him.
Something. I know, I like the blue on the tail. I never noticed they had blue. I see a couple more now.
I think these might be big black drum. Nope, that is a red looking tail. Come on now. Wow, man. Dude. That is crazy. Oh, almost falling. Just trying to keep him away from running into that school. Yes. Not giants. This is not a big one, dude. There's giants in that school, but they're probably gonna blow out now. I kind of hammered this fish really hard because I want to try to get him quick.
Yeah, you got them away
They're
from
still
those
tailing.
guys.
Those ones behind me are still tailing. I want to get this one in quick, and we'll see if we can get Mark to cast on those ones right there. I'm just trying to be really quiet. It's a good fish, too. That is a Texas rig creature bait in its mouth. It's like a craw. Beautiful, beautiful red, probably about like a 23, 24 incher. And there's some giants sitting right behind us. We're gonna be really stealthy. I'm gonna put this fish back in. Slip him in really gently. All right, Mark, I'm gonna grab your. Actually, let's just use that. That just worked. Let's just use that. You want me to rig it? 2,000 knots.
So lucky. You pulled them away from it before you hit it.
Yeah, this looks like a fluke. So. Yeah. All right, put it back in. Some of those are big, dude. The wind's kind of working against us right now, but also kind of helping. All right, pull that in and just literally, so aim like to the left of them because the wind will cut it back in. You probably have to give it a pretty hard cast. That's it. Yep. Yeah, kill it right there. It should sink into him. Oh, real. Oh, let it sink. He's chasing it. Head weight on it, dude. These are big. That's a great cast. Just let it sink and put your rod tip down. Or chasing it. We have been chasing redfish and black drum for 6 hours now. It's like 1:30, and have thrown at, I don't even know, 35, 40 of them. And that school was just hot for some reason. And one of them head wigged onto Mark's creature bait real hard. Oh, they're back up. Look at that. Flags, dude. What'd you call me? Let's just wait to see if one pops up again, and then we'll.
Boom. He's on. Yeah, he's gonna run at us probably.
Dude, that was something else.
Sight casting your first red.
That was sick. That little baby one.
I'm telling you, man, there's some giants in there. It's the little ones that beat them to it every time.
Funny, dude. What a perfect cast. Better than the other ones, though.
Fish. all our drinks rolling.
Let's do it.
That is so exciting. That is 2 reds out of the same school. That's Mark's first sight casted red. I see Jacob in the distance rolling.
You missed him.
Suck it, Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob, we just happened to accidentally meet up with him and he's got a tailer right in front of him.
Yeah.
What?
There ain't dying one here.
Goodbye, friends.
Sorry to leave you.
Thank you for joining me.
The pretzels or the Cheez-Its?
No, I'll eat my raw steak.
Yeah, your raw steak. What are the New York strips on my bed?
Y'all laughed at me. I'm about to go catch a 40-inch red. You guys go home.
Yep, eat your New York steak.
You go spend time with your wife. You go see your dad on his birthday. I get it. I'm all alone. Mark has to go. Jacob has to go. Mark lives around the same area I do, so he's got like a 2.5 to 3 hour drive home. But I'm here. I'm gonna fish till sunset and see if we can catch our giant. We've had a good day so far. It's been challenging, but it's been good. But I have a giant on the brain. What a wonderful day fishing with Mark and kind of Jacob. Jacob was out here running around in his own boat, and Mark and I haven't fished with Mark in a couple years. And if you've watched my channel for a really long time, like I'm talking when I had like 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, Mark used to fish with me way back when we were just young whippersnappers. So it was nice to help a really old friend get on his first redfish. Just felt special, do something nice for a friend, you know? But Mark had to go, Jacob had to go, so they're going back to the ramp. And I'm gonna fish solo for the next 1.5 hours or 2 and see if I can dunk on a giant redfish or black drum. Maybe even a big old trout.
After Mark and Jacob departed, I was on the hunt for a giant. But as the evening cooled down, so did the fish. I fished hard until the last moment, but it just wasn't in the cards for me tonight.
It's very unsafe to run out here in the dark, so we gotta run. The way she goes sometimes, I suppose. What was once a very full ramp sits alone, my little forerunner.
I took a day off, and tomorrow morning the giant redfish mission continues. So I'm doing a little bit of prep work tonight because it is going to be an early morning and a long day chasing down a record breaker tomorrow.
It is 44 degrees out right now. Jacob and I formulated a big game plan for what we're gonna do to catch a giant black drum or redfish today. It is so insufferably cold and windy out here. We need to go find some sheltered water and deeper water and see if we can find some fish hanging out deep. So we're gonna go fish a deep canal and see if we can find our giant redfish and black drum hiding in there, because it is almost 10:30 right now, I think.
10:36.
10:36. That's great. I didn't even look at my phone. It's 10:36 right now, and I have maybe had a single bite today. So we need to go change something, man. It's not working. We can float on back. Oh, you got it. All right. I was gonna say we can float on back, and then that's all you got it. Got one? Yeah, I got a fish. Big fish. I don't know how big it is, but maybe not huge. Maybe it's just because I haven't hooked anything all day. I thought it was a giant at first. I don't know if it is or not. I don't even know what it is. It might be big. It's hard to tell. It's right underneath the boat. That was crazy.
Just unexpected.
Yeah, I think
how the day's gone.
I think it's a redfish. I saw a color. The snook. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be a snook? That is so funny. Can't escape them. I love them dearly. Beauty. Not exactly what we're after today, but that is welcome. Probably a 27.5-inch snook, 28, probably right under a slot, I bet. But beautiful. He is ice cold, man. It is very cold today, and was really not expecting to get into a snook where we're at. But what do you know? Let's throw him on the tape and let's see, just out of curiosity, what we got here. 27. do I know my snook or what? We're gonna make sure, we're gonna make sure to give this guy a nice release because it is so cold. Probably be a little stunned, but the current's ripping. Okay, decent sized snook, not our giant red, but that is a really, really good sign because it is 11 o'clock and that is our first bite of the entire day and we caught a fish. All right.
Little Stanley Fat Max 6 foot.
I don't know if you know or not, I'm a professional. I do this for a living. And that is what I use to measure my fish. It's a 6 foot micro Stanley measuring tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob, it's been real. Thanks for coming on the coldest boat ride in Florida with me this morning.
I'm not a man. I'm a little baby and I can't stand the cold weather. So I'm peacing out.
Bye, Jacob.
Suffer extra for me.
You know I'm good at suffering. It's about the only thing I'm good at. We gotta go figure some things out and catch a big fish. We got a good snook, but we gotta find that big red trout or black. Honestly, I don't know if I can imagine harder conditions to try to catch a giant fish, but you can't catch them sitting on the couch at home, baby. So we're out here doing it. The spot I'm pulling up to right now is literally the exact spot where I caught my current PB redfish. I don't think I've fished here since that happened. So, we'll see.
I try to keep a pretty level head when I'm out fishing, but at this point, the conditions were starting to get the best of me.
We need to do something drastically different, because this ain't it, man. This ain't it. It's kind of blows chunks out here. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little down and out. I was almost about to pull the boat out of the water. I had a 7-mile run into the wind and just got absolutely drenched and was freezing, but I chugged a white monster and listened to Linkin Park as loud as physically possible, and we're back, baby. It's time to catch El Gigante. Oh, yes, I thought I saw a fish right there. I just literally thought I saw a shape moving off in the distance, and I just flicked right back over there, dragged this Ned rig across the bottom, and just felt boop. Nice medium-sized redfish, not a giant one, but absolutely beautiful fish. Oh. Man, I cannot explain how much effort has gone into today trying to get on some fish in these conditions here. It has been brutal. And to finally hook into one is just, or finally hook into a redfish is just so rewarding. Beauty, 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 beauty. Probably about 18, 19 inch redfish right there. Little Ned rig hanging out of his mouth. We're working for it today, man. We are freaking working for it. Okay. Trying to pick him up to get a cool shot of releasing him and then slid him off the deck. Oh, there's a blind cast way out there and just something ate it. I think it's a good trout. It's a pretty big trout. Decent one, not a giant, but a good trout, and he choked that Ned rig. So we got our snook, our redfish, and we're about to have a trout. Oh, we're about to grind our faces off for these last 2 hours to catch some fish, man. We're gonna do it. Yes! Come on now. We're doing things. Absolute stud. Not a giant, but I am happy to catch a sea trout of that size. We wet our hands before we picked him up. Pop out that little Ned rig right there. And what a beautiful, beautiful fish. I'm obsessed with trout. I think they're just one of the prettiest fish ever. Go, my friend, go. We're doing it. There might not be a better feeling in fishing than when a day is not going very well and you just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna stick it out and I'm gonna grind my face off because I'm just, you know, maybe not having the most fun, but I'm thankful to be outdoors. I'm thankful to be fishing. Life is good. But you stay out, you stick with it, and you finally start catching some fish. There's not much that's more rewarding than that. I don't know how to put it better than that, but You know, both those fish, just nothing crazy. Probably 20-inch red and a 17-inch trout. But after struggling, like literally having one bite, which was a good snook, but having one bite over the course of 8 hours of fishing, and I'm gonna end up driving 5 hours round trip today while fishing. It's nice when things kind of start to fall into place a little bit. Still haven't tracked down that giant we're looking for, but we're moving in the right direction clearly because we're finally catching fish. Let's keep rolling. Very shallow, dirty little flat right here. Be a great spot for a lot of fish to be sunning. Can't write that up. Oh, it is. I'm just so grateful, man. It's finally coming together. Like, haven't caught my giant yet, but I'm just grateful to be catching. And we're seemingly catching a lot. That redfish trout and now this redfish have probably all taken place in 8 minutes, 9 minutes. This one's about the same size. Hopefully there's a giant just sticking around in them. There's like a beautiful, actually not beautiful, it's an ugly dirt little flat right here, but it's warm and toasty right where I'm at. And I'm sure the fish feel that too, man. And they're just sitting in a foot of water trying to catch some sun rays and warm up. And trying to get a good feed going before the night comes through and chills them down again. Beautiful chunky redfish right there. About the same length, but a lot fatter of a fish.
With about 30 minutes of light left, I decided to pick up a big swim bait and just hope for the best and see if we could finally find that giant red.
One more spot.
All right, off the water. It's a long 2 days, even though they're spread apart from one another. I've driven over 10 hours in my car. Once I get home tonight, it'll be 10 hours round trip between the 2 days. I don't even know how many miles on the boat, like probably 30 to 40 miles on the boat between the 2 days running, looking for fish. And it's hard because fishing sometimes can feel so binary. It's like, well, did you catch a big fish or did you not? In days like today, I find sense of purpose and joy in the fact of like not giving up and did you learn. Even though it was a hard day, it was 39 degrees when we started the morning. It was blowing 15 the entire day. It was like a miserable day. The fishing wasn't particularly good until like the last hour of the afternoon. And sometimes just finding a sense of accomplishment and toughing it out and sticking it out. You know, if I wanted to catch as many fish as possible, I would just go fish with live shrimp. Every single time I leave the door, I'd go catch live bait. But that doesn't bring me fulfillment. Like, I find fulfillment in trying really, really hard at something or doing something really difficult, like trying to catch a giant redfish on artificial lures. Idea that you just gotta take away. What did you learn?
Mosquito.